Well, it's slowly turning into winter wonderland across Kentuckiana. The snow caking buildings and roads, making for some slick conditions across the area. Thanks for joining us right here at normally 11:30 right now. I'm Paulina Bootska along with meteorologist TG Shuck. TG, whiteout conditions out there in some parts of Kentuckiana. Check this out. This video from ISP out of southern Indiana along I-65. Stay off those roads, ladies and gentlemen. That's kind of what it's looking like out there. So not a very pretty sight. But for anyone who's not heeding our warnings today, TG, what can we expect in the next few hours?
Well, not a lot of fun at all. The transition started a little bit earlier this evening, and the heaviest snow pretty much up and down the I-65 corridor and points to the west, and that will essentially overspread all of Kentuckiana as we go through the next 3 or 4 hours. This thing's going to be in and out in fairly short order, but you see our Max HT radar here. Again, the majority of the area seeing the transition, the only exception being down here Campbellsville and Columbia, but the heaviest stuff running down the I-71 corridor, Louisville southward down to Litchfield. Here in the metro area where you see the deeper blue here, that's where we're seeing those heavier pockets of moderate to occasionally heavy snow, and the wind's really whipping out there 35 to 40 miles per hour, and it's blowing it around. Lighter snow up to our north and then down to Grayson County, Litchfield toward E-Town. Starting to see the transition along the Bluegrass Parkway there, Bardstown, and also down toward Hodgenville. Again, you see everything rotating eastward slowly but surely. The back edge already almost to Jasper in DuBois County. We've had reports of around 3 inches in Paoli back in Orange County. So again, the totals are going to be probably in that 3 to 5 range, maybe higher north of Louisville, and 2 to 4. Again, it's going to be tough to measure because it's being blown around. That area of low pressure moving to eastern Kentucky. So we are catching the wraparound here. Have the winter storm warning in the darker blue, Louisville northward to southern Indiana until 7 a.m. to the south, winter weather advisory until 7 in the lighter blue. It's from our chief engineer, Aaron Pryor, up in northeast Louisville. This is Grapple. Of course, if you've seen our Weather Smart segments with chief meteorologist Ben Pine, he talks about this. This occurs when we have supercooled water droplets, which literally can stay liquid up to 40 degrees negative, 40 degrees below zero, and that supercool water attaches to the snow crystal and makes this rime ice, which actually looks like a little small hail pellet. So kind of an unusual phenomenon that we don't see very often. Our expected snow totals, again, north of the river, upwards of 4 to even 6. Again, depending on how long this hangs around. It's going to be a fairly short window, 2 to 4, the metro down to the south, and then we really taper it off down toward Campbellsville and Columbia. This is actually some of the better visibility we've had on our Morgan & Morgan HC camera network, our Bachman Auto Group cam for the ARC Center over Jeffersonville. It's been white out much of the last half hour to 45 minutes. 26 here in Louisville down to Shepherdsville, E-Town as well. Still in the low 30s down south, but low 20s across southern Indiana. Winds again gusting 35 to 40 miles per hour. Feel like is 11 here in Louisville. Same story in Madison, 12 in Shelbyville, and 15 in Shepherdsville. So just really a nasty, nasty night. Do not go out if you don't have to. Roads are snow covered and slick, and they will remain that way. Road crews are working hard, but we got a ways to go during the overnight.
TG, thank you. Well, TG, as the snow comes down in Kentuckiana, we've been sharing your photos and videos with us, like Mariah in Louisville, Shelby Park neighborhood. And keep them coming by sending us an email to your photos at WHAS11.com. TG, it's looking like that. Not too nice out there. Snow is coming down. It's getting colder. It's getting more slick. I tried to go out there and pick up my windshield wipers, and they were kind of stuck to my
I was going to say.
So if you haven't done so yet, do so as soon as possible.
Exactly. That was the piece of advice we talked about the last couple of days is with the rain and then of course it freezing pretty quickly. Those will be stuck to the windshield.
Over there.
Yeah, probably a little too late for a lot of folks. Boy, it is really coming down. The snow has been over the last hour or so here in the metro area, and of course all that wintry weather spreading to the southeast. So the back edge is now through Jasper, so give it another 2 or 3 hours and we'll probably be done with this. But again, it's that little deformation band here that is right over the area that we've got rates upwards of 1 inch, even 2 inches per hour in some of the heavier spots. The deeper blue running from Anchorage up toward LaGrange and Oldham County, and right over the radar site it is a little bit lighter into our eastern counties of viewing area in southern Indiana, and then farther south, really coming down from E-Town down the western Kentucky Parkway. Not a fun drive there. Same story over toward Irvington and Hardinsburg and Breckenridge counties. So the initial rain changing to brief periods of sleet and then over to all snow during the early and mid part of the evening. That area of low pressure driving the train moving eastward. So of course that's wrapped in the colder air and that quick drop in temperatures during the course of the late afternoon and especially early this evening. But you see, again, the back edge not too far off to our west, so probably middle of the night, this stuff's going to begin to wind down. Do have the winter storm warning in the darker blue, Louisville, across all of southern Indiana until 7 a.m. and the winter weather advisory to our south in the lighter colors until 7 a.m. as well. Expecting a little bit higher as far as the snowfall totals here in the metro and points northward, thus that winter storm warning. Now here's a still shot of Mariah's video. She actually took this, Mariah Oakland here, kind of a neat shot with the flash on. You can see the streaks of snow really coming down. So good shot there. And again, don't forget, send us all your photos, especially after sunrise tomorrow. Your photos at WHAS11.com. Before the snow, look at the rainfall totals, good solid inch plus, and that has added to the issues out there this evening, given the fact that we had that little glaze of ice underneath some of the snow. By 3 a.m., much of this should be out of the area, and then waking up tomorrow morning, we're going to be in the teens, so it is going to be very cold. Winds will stay up as well. Hopefully we'll clear things out tomorrow night in time for the lunar eclipse, and then kicking things off early on the King holiday Monday. We're talking single digits, especially where the snowpack is. Upwards of 4 to 6 by the time we wrap it up. It's going to be hard to measure because the wind is really whipping out there. 2 to 4 Louisville southward and less to our south. Actually, again, this is the best visibility we've had on our Morgan & Morgan HD camera network or Bachman Auto Group cam from the ARC Center over in Jeffersonville in about an hour. But you can see the flakes of snow flying around. 26 at the International Airport, 27 at Bowman Field. Look at the winds gusting to 33, and we've had gusts upwards of 40. So that is knocking our feel likes down into the low and mid-teens. You can see the camera jostling there every once in a while. That north wind, again, howling, and look at the feel likes into the teens across most of the area. And look to the north, single digits for actual air temperatures, and we'll have these wind chill readings actually probably at or below zero as that colder air comes plunging in. So we'll see that Arctic air mass right over the heart of the Ohio Valley up into the Great Lakes and New England as we head through tomorrow and into the day on Monday. But once we get rid of the snow, the big issue will be the wind chill. In the morning, we're talking wind chills into the single digits, even below zero in a few spots across southern Indiana. 24 will do it tomorrow, blustery and cold day. 27 on the King holiday. We wake up to temperatures in the lower teens, single digits outside of the metro. But look at the warm up ahead of this system on Tuesday. Showers late and then falling temperatures after an early high of 42 on Wednesday. We'll see some snow on the back end. And then it gets chilly and just downright cold by next weekend with more light snow possible around Kentuckiana. So this will be kind of a prelude of things to come, it looks like, as we head through the next 7 days, Paulina. And the end of the month looks pretty cold here in Kentuckiana. So those that enjoy winter weather, you may get your wish here over the next 7 days. But yeah, tonight, I mean, it's late anyway, and tomorrow morning, if you got to be out, I know this is going to impact a lot of churches with the slick roadways out there. Just really be careful because it's nasty.
But you know what? I guess it really does. I mean, it's winter. We can't expect anything else. And I have to give you some credit. You pronounced Mariah's last name very well, so that's my fiance, and so she's gonna love it at home.
There you go. Yeah, good shots from her. Send those pictures in. Her,
but send your shots in as well because we'd like to share everything that we get viewer submitted. Yep. So send them to our Facebook, Twitter, or anything like that. Perfect. TG, thank you so much. Well, winter